Peter Politician, Behind Bars Entertainment, CCG Network Radio. You are now rocking with the Get Rich Rapping Podcast with my mans, Daniel Scott, a.k.a. Esskimo. Don't get mad, get motivated, bitches.
What's going on, guys? It's Esskimo of GetRichRapping.com. Back with another podcast. We gave you Adam Ivy. We gave you CG Kid. This week we have got the man, Brandon motherfucking Kyle. If you got a feature from this guy, just be prepared to get slaughtered on your own track. You know, that's how I feel about this shit. He's out of Texas. He's got a raw flow. He's been putting together a movement, the Love Yours movement. He's doing a lot of stuff out here, building a lot of interest from a lot of different people. But that's the man in my words. I'd like to put you over to Brandon Kyle himself and let him let you know a little bit more about him.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Brandon Kyle. If you guys don't know, man, I got this movement going on called #LoveYours. And basically, my purpose in life is to help others find out what their purpose is by loving themselves. And I do this through various avenues. I'm a hip-hop artist, so I rap, I make music. I'm also an author. I write ebooks, or actually have one ebook written and others in the process of being written. I make vlogs. I make video blogs. I write up blogs for my website. And all of this traffic and all of this content that I'm trying to create is to help others bring value into their life by loving themselves. And so that's pretty much Brandon Kyle in a couple of words.
Hey, nice, man, nice. But you know what I really like about because I've been able to witness the growth over the past, how long have we known each other, like a year now, something like that? Somewhere around.
Yeah, something around there, man.
Somewhere around there, man. And just witnessing that growth between that time, and obviously you've been growing since a lot longer than them. And one thing I like to think about, or at least know about with an artist, is, you know, where they kind of started. So, do you remember the first song you made?
Yes, I do remember the first song I ever made. So, it's called Go Hard or Go Home. I remember this song. I had to be fucking 19 years old. And I remember this is back when SoundClick was fucking huge. So I ended up downloading a beat off of SoundClick. And, you know, nobody knew I rapped or anything else like that, but I was just like, I'm going to write a fucking song. And the hook was like, go harder, go home in any situation. You know, like people who know me know about that song, you know. And I remember I hit up, shout out, you know KT the Great Thomas. I know KT. Shit. Shout out to him, man. I met him because my girlfriend at the time, she was working at Starbucks. And he worked at Starbucks with her, and so that's where I knew he actually had his own recording equipment and everything. And I hit him up. I was like, dude, I got this song. Can you come through, man? And he came through, and we did the damn thing. And ever since then, like back then, my name was B Tech, like B Technical.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And then it went from B Tech to B Fresh. That's whenever I made a group called Game Time Click.
Yeah.
It was a 3-man group between me, my roommate, and his brother. And we basically made club music. This is back whenever I was a club rat. And so it went from B Tech to B Fresh. And then whenever I ended the group and I went solo and everything, I officially became Brandon Kyle, the BK that you guys all know. So there's the generations. Exactly, yeah. There goes the generational flow of Brandon Kyle.
Oh man, that's some good shit. But one thing I appreciate about it is your understanding of how it's gotta be a movement. You can't just be a rapper out here and just be like, yo, I got bars, so check me out. And one thing that you definitely do is you support your movement. And what I like about your movement is it's your movement, but it's everybody's movement. You know, it's yes. So really, what is it, or should I say, what is the Love Yours movement? What's the best way you could describe it?
The Love Yours movement is this movement that I see happening, that I've been seeing happening for the longest time. Like I would like to say that like I woke up back when I was like 21 years old, you know, I took I took some mushrooms, man, and I had this crazy experience, dude, and I started loving myself, and from the age of 21 to 25 right now, I just see this big huge movement. It's a big old positive movement that I see occurring in the world itself. It's not just me, it's not just my reality, but I see it everywhere, man. Like everywhere I look, the synchronicity of it all, man. And I just see people waking up to find out the truth within inside of themselves. Whatever loving themselves means to them, I see people reaching out and grabbing it. And so whenever I started writing, like I remember I came up with the hashtag the movement is real, and I came up with the hashtag love yours. I can actually give you a back story to where love yours came from. Long story short, I helped out one of my friends. I basically saved his life by teaching him how to love himself, and from that moment right there, I knew that this right here was gonna be it. This right here was gonna be my message to the world. And he just started running around saying love yours, because that J. Cole song, right?
Yeah.
And it really stuck to me, and that's so I came up with the hashtag the movement is real, and he kind of came up with love yours, but I also kind of took it and ran with it. So I remember like I was just like thinking about how to brand and shit, and I just started putting on every post the movement is real, love yours, because like it wasn't just, it's like kind of like a double entendre. Like my movement is real, like this shit, we really getting it out here, you know what I'm saying?
100%,
but
man.
I'm really more talking about like the movement of the world, moving from like this negative world that we constantly see. Like, even though we can't escape the negativity, people are accepting that fact, and we're moving towards something new. We're moving towards creating a new positive outlook on life, and that's the movement. That's the love yours, you know?
Absolutely. I like how you represent it, man, because like literally every morning, if you got Brandon Kyle as a friend, every morning you go on your Facebook, there's a brand new video every morning, repping the movement, positivity, just inspiring. You know how like you wake up we all have these days where we wake up and we're like, oh, not today, you know what I mean? And then and from there on, we either see things that demotivate us even more, or we'll see something that's like, you know what, that person's right, whoever's made that, or made a video, made a blog post, or whatever they've done, and it just changed the course of the day. And I feel like you're doing that for a lot of people with the videos that you do every day, as well as the other content you put out on a daily basis too, man. So I
appreciate it.
Exactly, man. It's not words, you know, it's some real shit. Anyone listening out there, like, add Brandon Kyle, get in touch with Brandon Kyle. You find him, just search him, you'll find him, man. Because like, if you're out there and you feel like nobody understands, and you feel like you're out here alone, you're 100% not. Because there are people like Brandon Kyle, and Brandon Kyle especially, that you can hit up and get that motivation every day, and wake up and feel like fighting for what you want in this world, man. So yeah, definitely get on it, man. Get up with Brandon Kyle. You're late if you're not.
Hey.
But what difference has the movement made in your personal music career? What's changed since you've decided to make it more of a movement?
I feel like I'm not just a SoundCloud rapper no more, bro. Listen to my music. Hey, listen to my music. You know what I'm saying? Like the movement itself just started off as a way, because like, all right, so I remember I was planning on quitting. Like I was just gonna be a fucking nomad, bro. Like not necessarily nomad, but I was just gonna be a hermit and just live a simple life, and just like have my wife and my son, go to my job, drink coffee with Joe in the morning, and just fucking go home. Joe. Like, yeah, shout out Joe, man, and just go home and hate my life every day, right?
Yeah.
And so I was perfectly content with that. But and then I remember I was sitting there in bed, like frustrated to the motherfucker, like laying in bed looking up at the ceiling. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and I was like, I had to do something. So I went on YouTube and I typed in how to market yourself online. And of course, who do I find? Esskimo.
I'm all over those keywords.
Like, yeah, bro, all over them. So like I watched one video and I'm like, wait a second. I watched another video. And I stayed up literally all fucking night for like 6 hours watching all of your videos and shit, right? So like I remember I got on Twitter and I like shouted you out. I was like, dude, this dude's awesome. And then like I found you on Facebook and I was like, because like you didn't respond to my Twitter reply.
I'm not a big Twitter guy, man.
Yeah, me either, bro. So I understand. And I was like, and then I watched another one of your videos and you were like, well, if you guys really want to get in contact with me, add me on Facebook. So I was like, look up this motherfucker. Where the hell is he at? So I looked him up. I sent you a message. Yeah, where's he at? I sent you a message and I was like, yo, dude, I just want to let you know, like, I appreciate you, everything you're doing, you know. But like from there, man, like I'm gonna be honest, dude, Esskimo planted the fucking seed. Like, and so from there, I was like, all right, he's giving me these tools. How do I put them into like action and shit? So I just started experimenting and just being myself and just going out there. And like I can remember the first video I did. It was before I had a show. I remember I locked in a live performance, And like I remember I didn't have a DSLR or anything. I just had my fucking camera phone, and I just walked upstairs where there was nobody, and I just set that bitch there, and I was like, fuck it, we gonna do something. So I remember I recorded a video telling people like now is the time to take action, basically is what I was saying. And then I recorded another one the day before or the day after that telling people I had a live performance, and then I was gonna stream it live. So then I went to my show, did my performance, streamed it live, killed that motherfucker, man. I really did kill it. And then after that, like I came back home, and then like what it was too is P the Politician. Shout out P the Politician. If you guys don't know about him, man, shout out P the Politician. He's the reason why we even have a spot to do this podcast right now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, man, and the CCG top40.com. Shout out to them. But I sent him a song, and I remember I was riding home that night, dude, and like here goes the kicker, bro. I remember I did the show, and then like I sent him my song They Ain't Ready, and then like he from then on, it was like the first week he ever did Friday Night Live, and just the synchronicity of it all, dude. Like when I got home and I watched the freaking video, I was like, this is it. Like, all right, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. But now I do know now, but like 6, 7, 8 months ago, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just like, fuck it, we just gonna start making videos, bro, you know? And I was just like, I'm just gonna start speaking my truth, and people flocked to me. I don't know what it was about my energy, but people just really resonated with it. And then like, it's just been building bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's turning into something so much more than just Brandon Kyle. It's turning into like, I have people in my inbox telling me how much like I keep them sane. Like how much my words help them out every single day. And so it's like whenever I wake up, it used to just be, all right, how am I going to get to work? How am I going to do this? But now it's like, all right, I inspired everybody yesterday, but what am I going to do today to keep this thing going? How am I going to keep the machine greasing? So every single day, it's a brand new opportunity for me to find out something, one, new about myself and my capabilities and what I could do, but also what I could bring to the table and what value can I create in other people's lives, man. It's a beautiful thing.
I love that shit, man. And just some of the stuff you were touching on, like, you know, how you mentioned P the Politician, and, you know, just what I love about what we've all built, because we've all put in on this big family thing. And I just think it's such a great message of just community. And I guess to go back to what you were saying about how people were just resonating with your energy, it's just that, like, what you see is what you get with you. You know what I mean? There hasn't been a single second, a single conversation where you've been anything but who you are right now on this podcast. You know what I mean? It's that there's no, yo, I'm a rapper, you better show me love. There's no, I'm a rapper this, or I'm a thug, I'm a goon, or just people just pretending on the internet and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's some lame ass shit. But like with you, it's just like, this is me. I like to fool around, like we all fool around on each other's statuses, you know what I mean, make memes of each other, have a laugh, but like share fan bases, you know what I mean, we just pull a fan base, you know, there's a whole bunch of people that are fans of everybody, and everybody's a fan of everybody. It's just community, man, and it just goes back to the love yours thing. It's just this huge community of it's everyone's thing, you know what I mean. So I appreciate that shit. What are some things that you make sure to do every day without fail?
Every single day, one, thank whatever higher power it is, the reason why I'm here, whether or not, like, it used to kind of be like God, but that kind of like transformed it, like what I like to call source, but we don't really have to get into that right now, you know. But like, I definitely thank like whatever reasons why I'm here, and like I kind of call it just in general God life now, because I mean life is the reason why I'm here. Life is like whatever reason why I'm here, right? So I'm thankful for that. So I get up in the morning, I make sure I'm thankful for that. I definitely try to wake up with a great positive attitude. That doesn't always happen. As a matter of fact, most of the time, like I'll go to sleep the best mood or whatever, but I'll wake up and like in between my son waking up all freaking night and like just all kinds of different stuff. I mean, I don't want to do it. So like I got to make sure that like by the time I'm leaving the door to head to work, that like I'm usually on my drive to work, I usually listen to something that like gets me pumped, whether or not that's like an Esskimo video or that's like some type of music or something. I try to get my mind at least focused in the right direction, you know. I try to drink a cup of coffee, man. Coffee and positivity.
I don't know how I'd live without coffee, man. I don't know how I'd do it. I'd murder someone. I'd murder someone. Like,
you know, that's pretty much what I just try to do every single day, man. Like a lot of people like try to make plans and they try to like one thing we can talk about this a little bit later, but one thing I've learned is like plans just never work out, you know.
Absolutely.
So me, the best thing that I can do is like, it's like I got this from you. I think it's like plan to succeed instead of planning out what you're going to do. So like like to me, when you said that to me, that means working on mindsets, working on my mindset. That means making sure that like I'm like water and able to like Jet Li. I think it was Jet Li or Bruce Lee, one of them two dudes.
Yeah.
Like be water and be able to mold
Bruce Lee.
yeah, Bruce Lee, into any situation that you're in, you know. And so that's one thing that I try to do every single day, is make sure that my mind is prepared, that no matter, I don't know what life is gonna bring my way today. I don't know what the hell I plan on doing, but I do know I'm gonna win. You know,
Absolutely.
that's kind of like one thing that I've chosen to do every single day, is just win.
Absolutely, man. I think we should touch on the plan stuff, man, because I think it's so important, because it's like the world is chaos, always has been, always will be chaos. If you think you can walk down the street and know 100% what's going to happen when you walk down that street, you're wrong. You know, it's always going to be
wrong, man.
You're wrong. But you know, I've seen so many people and work with so many people that just want to get it right. And like, I understand the logic of getting it right and planning it out and being perfect, but it's like you've got to work on that ability to be able to deal with the chaos, because when chaos happens and
you
your
dive
plans,
in, dude.
yeah, exactly, man, and when the plan's not going to plan,
What are you gonna do
people who rely on those plans, they're done, they're fucked. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you
Because
see,
they're
like,
wait,
like,
this
what-
wasn't in the plan. What do I do now?
Exactly. You're like, what the hell? Like to me, it's like I have a conversation with Scal all the time, where it's like dreams are like these esoteric things that like keep you in like this fantasy world where you're like dreaming and everything's okay when you're able to just close your eyes and everything's going perfect the way you want it to. But when you actually get into the shits, man, when you down in the trenches, bro, you don't know what's about to happen and stuff. And so it's kind of like if you're gonna plan to win, yes, you want to set targets so that. One thing that like dealing with depression and my own depression, one thing that helps me out, and I got this from I forget exactly how to say his name on freaking Facebook, but it's like it starts with the F. Thomas is like his last name, I think. But shout out to him. He's from Canada. He has a radio show up there in Canada.
Okay.
But what he told me was he was like, one thing that helps me out is whenever I set goals and I accomplish something, he feels good. Or like when he sets the goal to create something, he feels good. And that really stuck out to me, where it's like, all right, I know that like I'm not really gonna plan anything out. I'm just gonna jump into this shit and get it. But it's also like you also want to set targets for your own life, where because you want to have some kind of vision of where you're going. You know, it's cool to dream and everything, but you want to be taking action. But you also want to have like some type of vision, some type of end visionary goal where you see yourself, because I mean it's like the law of attraction, man, you know, like you want to be visualizing these things, you want to dream it and then do it, put it into action, you know. But you don't want to get caught up in the dream world. Definitely don't get caught up in the dream world, you know.
Yeah, and it's easy to, man. It's nicer to live in the dream world. If you're in the dream world, you got everything, you know what I mean? And I think people I made a video not long ago about how hope people exchange their reality of their situation for hope, and just because it makes them feel better in the struggle they live in right now, but you just gave away your reality, so you can never see the situation for what it is, and therefore you can't take action on where you are, because you're taking action on something that's a complete illusion.
Yeah. I completely agree, man. That was a dope video. I saw it.
Thank you.
No problem, sir.
But yeah, man, it's definitely plan. You know, some people need plans, but just a recommendation, anyone listening, man, just get ready for chaos. Just throw yourself in it, because you can go into a room and think, I'm going to speak to this person, I'm going to speak to that person, and you can plan conversations. Like, I used to do things like, I'm going to say this to this person, and then hopefully they say this, and then if they say this, then I'm going to say this.
I'm going to say this.
And then I'll go there and I'll say my thing, and then say something else. I'll be like,
you catch yourself stumbling, and you're like, you're caught up in this dream fantasy, man. You know, it's like it's like I said, dude. Like, you want to set targets, you want to have goals set in your life of what you want to achieve. You know, that's the part of dreaming. Things that you want to achieve, but when you're actually taking that action, just dive into that shit, man. You don't know what the hell's going to happen. It's just trust in and like you always say, trust your fucking gut. Yeah. Trust the gut, man. Trust it, because it's always going to lead the way, man. That intuition's a motherfucker. It's great.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. It just makes you so confident. Once you throw yourself out there and deal with a few of these random surprises you weren't prepared for, you're like, whoa, I can take care of myself. You know what I mean? I can handle myself out here. And after that, it's just protocol. You're just going around smashing goals and.
Yeah, it's like it's like you have to deal with that uncomfortableness that like builds inside of you.
Yeah.
I know going out and making something happen is very fucking uncomfortable. And if you want to do something really big in this world, you're going to have to be prepared to feel uncomfortable, man. Uncomfortable a lot, and you have to be prepared. That's what I mean by planning to win. Dealing with that uncomfortableness and being able to be confident in your abilities that no matter what comes your way, you can freaking just nail the target every single time and get through it, and you just feel confident in your abilities to do so.
Absolutely, that's great advice. What's the keys to your consistency, man? What is it that I guess it's not so much motivation, but what is it that grounds you and makes you know that you've always got to do this, you've got to keep doing it. If that
It's
makes
the
sense.
people, man.
Yeah.
It's the people, man. To be honest, it really is. It's not even like the people. All right, so I've learned over the past month or so that every person has a voice and everybody wants to be heard. All right. And I've realized that like there's certain people in this world whose voice stands out more than others, and it's their responsibility to make that change in the culture.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody not only has a voice and everybody wants to be heard, but also everybody's reaching out to somebody else. So, like, whenever, for example, when the guy across the street who cuts my grass, you know, he's a very negative person and shit. But when he comes over and he sees me, you know, initially I want to be like, damn it, shut the door, run, hide, you know? But, like, I understand that this man needs somebody to lean on right now, and that, like, my mind is developed enough to handle his negative vomit he wants to come throw on me. So I'm like, whatever, dude. Come on over. I know you reaching out to me, man. I'll be that rock. I'll be that consistency in your life that you need to make it through the day, man. And once I really understood that, there's so many people in this fucking world reaching out to me, and that's not on no cocky shit, bro. That's just the realization of my reality.
I see it,
and
man.
Once I take that responsibility and I understand that responsibility and I understand my role that I play here on earth, then I understood that like this cannot stop, man. Like no matter how bad I'm feeling, no matter how much I want to quit or anything else, even if I feel that way, I understand that I don't know how many people out here on the internet watch me and don't watch me, or like how many people are actually really paying attention to my shit. I know that there's quite a few, but I'm sure there's a whole lot more that don't want to speak up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand that there's a lot of people out here that depend on me. And not only that, man, but my family, dude. Like my son. Like every single day I wake up, I look at my son, and I'm like, man, like I just want to make you so goddamn proud, because, man, I didn't know my father, like my real biological father. So, man, that part of me like really sticks out to me. It's like being a good role model for my son. And then also I'm not married yet, but I call her my wife. We might as well be married. So my wife, man, like I look at them too. I look at my family, and I look at my brothers, and I look at all my friends, man, like my team, and like the people who like to depend on me. Because one thing, and like I said, this ain't no cocky shit either, man. But one thing that I realized is that like things don't move without me.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of people depending on me, and once I realize that things don't move without me, I have a responsibility not only to myself but to the people of this movement and to my family to make shit happen. So once I realize that, dude, I just got to get shit popping every single day. Like there'll be times like right before I drop a video, I'm like, man, I really don't want to drop a video. I'm like, fuck. But you know what? Hop in front of this damn camera. Let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking. You know, that's like you know, like in our group chat messages that we started the other day within the community and shit. Like I'm in there almost every day trying to get shit popping and people
straight
feel
away
good.
in the morning, man. What's everyone doing today? Get up, get hype, all that
Exactly, man. Because it's like it's like I know we don't want to do it. We're content creators, and I know we really don't want to do it because you stayed up to 3-4 a.m. editing videos, listening to this, doing that, and then that's 8 o'clock in the morning. You know you got to go to your day job, and you just don't want to do it, bro. So like I know that there's people out here that depend on me, and there's people out here that need to hear my voice every single day. So that's what just keeps me pushing, man. My family, number one of all. God, if you want to call it that, man, and just the duty to the people, man, and duty to myself to make something happen.
Yeah, man, I completely relate, because people ask me all the time, man, how do you stay so motivated? I'm like, I tell them half the time I ain't even motivated. I wake up just like everybody else. I'm like, need my coffee, and I wake up like everyone else, like, oh, I gotta deal with some bullshit today, you know what I mean? But you just gotta separate yourself from needing motivation. It's just like, I got a job to do, and if I don't do it, it don't get done. Especially like, because I feel like for a lot of people, I'm sort of a bar pusher for so many people, where like people learn what I put out and move up and move up, move up behind me or whatever. And if I stop learning, if I stop growing, if I stop acting on my ideas and stuff, so many other people don't know what to do next. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man.
it's
Oh, and by the way,
responsibility.
man, I just want to take a second to give you a big shout out to you, bro. Like, you've been killing the
Oh,
game on
shucks.
YouTube. You've been killing them
Thank
email
you,
lists,
man.
bro. Oh, and your visuals, bro. Your visuals, like I remember it used to be just like a picture of you, and then it went from like that to like using a little bit more. But now, like, your visuals are so on point, bro. Like, kudos to you, man. You're really putting in some work behind the freaking behind Photoshop and like just using all the tools available to try to get
Thank
your
you, man.
message out there, bro. Like, your branding is on point, man. I look
Yeah.
up to you, dude.
Hey, man. Oh man.
Oh, man.
We're having a
have
moment.
Yeah, there you go.
I appreciate it, man. It is nice to have that. It's hard work to have the responsibility of being someone who pushes a bar forward for the people who follow you and stuff. But it's like, it's so
real.
worth it, man. It's just rewarding.
It's so
just to
real.
look. You just see like there's people that come around, and you know, first impression is a big deal, and they come around and they're moaning and they're complaining, and I'll just speak to them. I'll just say like, listen, only ever inbox me if you're not on that shit that you're on right now. Ask me questions, hit me up when you're ready to go, and we'll go. And then just seeing them go away, and you see the negative statuses stop. You know, you see the passive aggressive posts stop, and then you start seeing that positive, and start seeing them. Oh wait, look, they just made a video for the first time. Okay, they're listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh shit, they just started a website. Okay, now they get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I
bro,
think
it's
making that
crazy.
change is just, it's worth more than the money. You get paid very well if you build the right system online. You know, I've been able to quit my job and everything, but you know, the real reward is the people, because if the people ain't getting the results, I don't get the results.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Freaking, and it's so real too. Like, one thing that I want people to understand is, yeah, we are content creators, but whenever we're out here, yeah, it's online. But like, one thing that like I've realized is that like it's so much bigger than just online. Like, I really have created real relationships with these people out here, man. And it's not just a picture behind a 4x4 freaking little block on a website that says Facebook, or just like an account on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much more than that. Like, these are real people that we're dealing with, and like these are real people that we're connecting with and changing their lives. And then not only that, I mean, I think we both agree, like the 10-man influence effect. You know, like you go out and you affect 10 people, and then they get inspired to go out and affect 10 people, and like we're changing the world.
Yeah,
So
man.
it's
That
a
ripple
beautiful
effect.
fucking thing to be a part of, man. It's a beautiful thing. You know, like I'm just ready to see where we end up 20, 30, 40 years from now, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, for real, man. Hey, because it's gonna be crazy in the next year, in the next 2016 has just been such a good year for everybody.
Yeah.
We know that have been putting in that work. It's been a fucking great year for people. It just seems people, and really, like, just to really go back on what you were saying about how did I cut out for a sec then?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay, I thought I cut out, but you know, treating people like people online, for anyone listening in, treat people online like people, not like, let me see if I can make this person listen to my track and get a view, or like, treat people like people and you'll get some serious, like the amount of people that hit me up and just say the most bland shit. Yo, I'm an artist. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're but who are you? You know what I mean? Approach
exactly.
people as a person, and not for what you can get out of people and shit. Just be like, just actually care. You know what I mean? Actually care about, you know, them being a human being and how they feel and the things they go through, and find out what their sense of humor is, and, you know, bust jokes with people, and like, because business doesn't have to be formal. And you know what
especially online, you know. And another cool thing, man, is like, it's like a lot of people sit there and think that like All right, so I do music, so people really want to hear my music because I'm the dopest person alive, you know? I mean, I used to think the same way. But at the end of the day, no one truly gives a fuck about your music. Yeah, you're going to touch some people online, you know, and they're really going to become super fans, bro. Like, they going to, like, everything you touch, they're going to be like, yes! You know, you really going to have some super fans out there, but the thing is like people don't. This is a marketing and branding tip. So if everybody out there listening, pay attention to that.
Shit.
People don't come to social media to listen to music. I mean, when you want to listen to music, where do you go? Spotify. You go to YouTube. You go to freaking Apple Music. Like, you know, you download it through some illegal app on your phone. Like, you don't go to Facebook. You don't go to Twitter to listen to fucking music, man. You go there to connect with people. You go there to laugh. You go there to smile. You go there because you got 5 minutes until your interview starts and you want to be distracted for a second. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing, and it's such a beautiful like new thing, and it's new. This is the thing that I think is awesome. I think I fell into it. You fell into it back like when it's brand new. This is a new business model because I mean the music industry. What people don't understand about music businesses is that music is not the product. Music pushes product. You understand? Like when you sell it, someone sells out to an arena. The reason why all the sponsorships are beer and why a bottle of water costs $7-8 is because everybody's coming there for the music, but the music is pushing product. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same exact thing going on now, especially online. And that's the crazy part. If you do music, you can market yourself and brand yourself online and actually build real connections with these people to push your products. Your music would be the vehicle, but what else are you bringing to the table? Like you have a lineup of 5-10 people, right? And it's like all right, so what do you do? He's like, I'm a rapper. And he's like, what do you do? He's like, I'm a rapper. Jam, be quiet. Sorry, my dog's growling really loud. And he's like, you go to the next person and he's like, what do you do? He's like, I'm a rapper. And then he pointed at me, what do you do? It's like, well, I'm an author, I'm a blogger, I'm a vlogger, I'm an inspirational speaker, motivational speaker, oh, and I'm a rapper. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like what else do you do besides rap? Because no one cares that you rap because the tools are so available to people. You know, like that's why like the music industry now they're not sitting there signing people to record deals because they're hot. They're signing them to record deals because they have their own following in which they've actually been able to convert and push product. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And that's really where people fall off. Where and I need people to understand that like just posting the song to SoundCloud is not going to get you famous. Just going out here and just marketing yourself saying I'm the best rapper is not gonna get you fans, man. That's gonna get you haters. And yeah, we all need haters, but we all need haters for the right freaking reason. You don't want haters because people hate you, bro.
Absolutely, man. I think you touched on some solid points there, man, about how it's the music. The way because I was watching an interview with DJ Khaled and he was saying about how they were asking him about the sales of the Major Key album, and he was low key, just sort of like shrugging it off. And they were like, "Well, why it's not selling?" He's like, "It's not the point." You know, of course, even if it does sell, the features he's got Drake, J. Cole, Nas, Future. You know what I mean? Like once they get a slice out of the sales of that, Khaled ain't making no money off that shit. But he said, "Well, that album gives me a ticket to come and sit here and talk to you in front of your audience. That's why I made that album." And I think that, you know, if people start looking at their music as more of like a ticket, it's like, right, I got this high quality, dope ass music. Now, this is what my purpose on earth is, to go out there and be in front of people with whatever and sell to people and expand and lift people up and that side of things. And then music, people be like, oh, why are you here? Music. What qualifies you to be here? See, I got this music right here. That's why I can go on Hot 97, Breakfast Club, Vlad TV, and just like they're just the online ones. And then when you get there, that's where you advertise your product and your brand and your movement and everything that's going on. I think
you really get people to fall in love with you as a person, because people, like I said, people don't give a fuck about your music, dog. That's why these people like you. That's why you got people like Lil Boat, Lil Yachty. You know, you got people like here becoming successful because no one gives a fuck about your music. They want to know about you. You know, like whether or not people want to hate on this new generation of these mama rappers and shit, man. It's like they had to do something. No one just came across in like a random day in Philadelphia and was like, "Hey, Lil Uzi, I like your dreads." You know, they had to do something, bro. $1
million for them dreads.
Like, nah, bro. Like, they had to go out there and do something, dude. You know, so it's like people can hate all day and whatnot, but it's like I said, music pushes product. So it's like, all right, so what are you gonna do? You're a voice, and you want people to hear your voice. How are you gonna get people to hear your product? So it's like now, instead of being like the music is pushing product, which it is, in order to get to that point where your music is pushing product, you're gonna have to get people to listen to your music. So it's like, how do you do that? So now your content pushes music, and music pushes product. So it's like, what content are you creating and to build value in people's life, man? Oh, and to bring it back to the DJ Khaled, bro, like, I'm getting into all this music business shit. I don't give a fuck what that fool says. That fool is getting paid off of all that shit. Split sheets, bro. Split sheets. That's all I gotta say, dog.
Oh, he's definitely getting paid. But I think he played it down because I think he wanted to share the message on the other side of it.
He downplayed himself on that right there, so he can share the message on that. But yeah, no, he getting paid, bro. I'm realizing how actually works, how the music business actually works, and DJ Khaled is a smart motherfucker, bro.
There's no way he'd have done it and made no money. There's no way.
He's a very smart motherfucker. He has all these people getting on all their songs, right? And I'm like, all right, that's cool, but he's the producer, so it's like, all right, off back, it gets split 50-50 between lyrics and music. So he owns like the rapper on there. So let's say he has 3 rappers and only 1 producer on there. Well, he gets 50% on the producer side, and those 3 rappers have to split that 50%. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's getting paid, and then plus any other contracts, I guarantee he's getting at least 8% royalties on there, guaranteed, bro. So he's getting paid, bro.
But yeah, I just think it's just a very important message just to anybody listening in, man, that your music is not your product. Because the way I think of it is like this, right? To make $1,000 off your singles, you've got to sell more than 1,000. That's after fees. Like, say for example, iTunes, right? You've got to sell $99 singles. You've got to compensate for that cent that's being taken out every time, plus the fees and royalties to whoever. So by the time you to make 1,000 off those singles, you've got to sell probably, I wouldn't want to say an exact number, but more than 1,000. And when you're on Facebook and struggling to get 10 people to buy your single, that should be enough to tell you that that's not what's going to take you to the promised land.
Exactly, dude. And it's like it's like, all right, so you get all these sales, right? And it's like, even then, like, after, if you sign to a label, if you sign to a publishing company, if you sign to people, bro, you gonna be getting some money taken out of that, And it's just like people think that, like, oh, all I need to do is just become a YouTube famous person and I become rich, I monetize all this content. I'm like, nah. Like you can still make money off of all those things, but it's like not one thing is not gonna get you rich. It's like you have to build a system, like we were talking about, of multiple different hustles that you can do, that you can, like, let's say you make music. All right, well, then you can monetize your content as long as you own all the rights to everything. You know what I'm saying? Monetize your content on every platform, and not only that, but go out there and create a website, like plug in right here, GetRichRapping.com, where you get blogs and all this information. You're creating free value in people's lives, so you're driving that traffic back over there, and then you're actually getting paid on monetization from the Google AdWords on there. And then not only that, but the monetization of YouTube. And not only that, but now you're actually getting people to come to you because they're searching, like, okay, for like me, like my whole game plan was, all right, so I know I'm really good on teaching people how to love themselves. Well, I'm like, all right, well, how am I going to do this? So I'm like, all right, so my game plan was like, let's go out here and create value in people's lives. And originally it was just like, all right, it's just a way of like, how can I make my brand bigger? How can I get noticed? And it evolved into something so much more deeper than that, now. But originally, I was just me thinking about going, how can I brand myself, and like creating that content to bring people in. And like the one thing I realized from doing that, though, is that, like, I don't think that, like, the only time I ever post a music link is whenever I'm dropping something new.
Yeah.
That's the only time. Or like I only share it like one time too, like later on, like 1 week later.
Yeah. I'm the same with this shit.
I have so many people coming to me like, yo, I've checked out your music, it's so fucking dope. But I never once told this person to go listen to my music. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like they're coming to me, they're coming to you because they're searching that information in their life. And especially if you're able to create a website like GetRichRapping.com or IamBrandonKyle.com, then you're getting Google traffic. People miss out on Google, man, because then, like, it's like, all right, so people type in how to market yourself successfully online, and bam, GetRichRapping.com comes up there. They find a blog post and they read another and they read another and read another, and then before they know it, then I spent 6 hours reading fucking information from you, so they're invested in you. They're invested in the brand of Esskimo. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
And I know you see it, but I want these people listening to see it. They invested in you, and so now whenever they turn around and they're like, oh shit, he makes beats too. Oh, let me check him out real quick. You know, especially
That's how
because
I get my beat sales, man.
Exactly. You know, especially since most of the people coming to you are probably artists. You know, they're probably going out there looking online, searching for information like I was, and that's how I found you. And so it creates a really unique business model because, I mean, I speak to a lot of these industry cats, and a lot of them are stuck in their ways, you know, and which is fine, which is cool. One thing that I've realized is that, like, anybody over like the age of 35 is just stuck in their ways. Like you have a couple of them out there that can really step outside their own perspective and stuff, but there's like this big huge clash between like new school marketing and new school way of doing things, like because of the internet, and who knew the internet was gonna blow the fuck up, you know, and social media, and like this old school marketing ways of like people actually getting out there in the streets and in the trenches and shit and getting shit spread word of mouth, you know, which I think that there's so much tension between the new school and the old school, and the new school people are like, we're the only way, and the old school people are like, no, like, you guys aren't showing us no respect, we did this, you know. But like at the end of the day, bro, like somebody like me who can understand both perspectives, there's such a great balance out there. And it's like you have to be able to take those old school thought processes, those because they were really good, you know, and be able to put it into like this new school way of marketing and create content in people's lives. That's really what it all comes down to, bro. It's just creating content and finding a way to be you. That's the thing, though. Don't go out here and fucking be another Esskimo. Don't go out here and be another Brandon Kyle. Just because you see me out here preaching on this love your shit, when you go out there and you try to do it, they're gonna look at you and be like, that's Brandon Kyle shit, dog. Like, why you doing that? And they're not gonna respect it. So find who you are. That's the biggest thing I tell people, man. It's like, this is my biggest thing, dude. If you don't know who you are, you're not gonna know which way to go, and you're not gonna know which steps to take. Because every single time you go out there, like it's like 3 minutes, or like in January you want to be a rapper. In August, you want to be a fucking producer. And then by sometime next year, June, you want to be a photographer. Like, all right, it's cool to go out and test the waters. Dip your toes over here. Be over here, dip your toes in the water over here, you know, and test the waters out before you dive all the way in. But once you dive in, stay fucking committed.
Yeah.
Stay committed to whatever craft you have chosen. But you have to understand, you have to know who you are first as a person before you can even commit to a craft. So go out into the water, or go out to the waters and dip your toes all over the place. Find out what works for you. Find out who you are, and then once you know who you are and what message you want to bring to the world, then you know exactly where to start, and you know where that end vision is. You know, like it's like I said, it's creating that end vision of where you want to go, but just diving headfirst into it, man. Once you dive into that water, you're gonna be sink or swim, and you better swim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I just wanted to touch on where you were saying like about the setting up the system and the AdSense and everything. I just wanted to explain to people, just because it'll give them some context to it. So I've dominated about maybe 10 to 15 of the most searched keywords for music marketing, man. So anyone listening, imagine this, and you can go check it out and look at the YouTube and see how everything's set up yourself. You're looking for how to market my music. You see me, I'm top 3. You look for how to get people to listen to your music. First result. So let's just use that one as an example. So you click that video, you watch that video. I get paid because you just watched that video and went through an ad. Now, something pops up and says there's a blog post for that too. So then you click that annotation and you go to my website. I'm getting paid again because you just went on my AdSense. You might see something because they advertise things you're already looking for. If you just went onto a protein website, then Google knows. So when you go on my website, it's going to advertise that same protein you were looking at. So you're quite likely to click it, you know, if you're looking for protein. So you might click that, get paid again. When you finish reading the blog post, there's going to be a pop-up that pops up and says, sign up now for my free course. So you're going to be tempted, and a lot of people will go then to sign up for that free course. When they land on my first email, they got offered a low price product for like $3. Now, I'd say about 3 times out of 10 people buy that. Then as the content goes through, I'm getting traffic, sending you back to these videos where I'm getting paid again, sending you back to these blog posts where I'm getting paid again. Eventually you're going to get an email where I'm offering you a product. You've got so much value from me, you might just go ahead and buy that. And all this is going on while I'm tucked up in my pajamas. You know what I mean? When I'm out at the store, when I'm out doing this, when I'm out doing that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so deep. Like people are chasing this mythical music scene. You ain't got to do it like that, man. You can get paid by default just by setting shit up. And really bridges into what you were saying about how people want to, dip toes in this and dip toes in that, and it's all good. But if you can see the lane there and you can see the vision, build something while you're there. So at least, like say you got to start doing your own graphic design. Maybe you're pretty good at that now. Now build something. Whether it's a new page on your website or something that's gonna bring in traffic, that's gonna bring in things and get you those sales. I mean, I think it's important that people build things rather than just try it out and just have this skill that they don't use,
Yeah, man. It just really all comes back down to, like I said, dude, like that creating that content in people's lives, man. That's the biggest thing, dude. It's like find out who you are and which way you want to go. Have the vision set before you start creating content. Like get your mind right, dude. Get everything ready, because I mean, it's like the biggest thing that I probably learned from you, man. Is like you only get to make a first impression one time. Yeah. And so it's like what you like prime example is like me, like I hit you up on Facebook, and I really listened to what you were saying about like don't hit me up and talk about this, don't hit me up and that. So like it's like I was like trying to be like really careful because I really wanted to impress you. I really did, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So I was like all right, man. So how am I gonna impress this dude? I'm like, all right. So I'm gonna use his own tricks that he taught me up in his inbox. Hold on. So from it's really got to the point. I think me and you had a conversation, man. The best way to learn something is go out and experience it. Like you can spend all day long watching fucking Esskimo on YouTube, but unless of course like when you wake up the next morning and you actually take that action on what he taught you. So you can listen to people's content all day long, but are you gonna take that action? Are you actually gonna get out here in the shits, get out here in the trenches, and actually learn from experience, man? Because it's like we had that conversation where it's like when you listen to a lot of people all day long, as human beings, all we really are just a big old collection of thoughts that we picked up along the way. From birth, it's like they told you the sky was blue, and the sky is only blue because we collectively as a whole agreed, all right, we're gonna name this color blue. Somebody along the way was like, I like this, what's it called? They were like, it's blue, and that idea was accepted by multiple people, so now it's fact. That's the only thing that makes anything fact, is the fact that it's like accepted by a lot of people. But if like somebody was born and they were like from birth to the age of 18, somehow or another they were raised by wolves or some shit, and they told them the freaking sky was green, and they go up to somebody and they're like, what color's the sky? And they're like, green, and they're like, no, it's not, it's blue. Like, well, now we have a big old predicament, because people are just a collection of thoughts that you picked up along the way.
Have you ever read do you read any Eckhart Tolle books? Is it Eckhart? Only because the example you used there, that we decided to collect it. Like I remember just reading this book, and he said he was just describing a bird, and he said, "But it's not a bird." And I'm thinking, well, yeah, it's a bird. He's like, no, it's not a bird. It's not a bird. We just said it was a bird.
Yeah.
I
have not read that, bro. To be honest, bro, I got that thought while I was tripping LSD laying across a fucking tree, and I was like, the sky's blue. Yeah, I was like, the sky's blue, but I was like, no, like the sky could be green, dude.
What? It's not blue.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't never read that book, bro. But yeah, dude, it's like that's all we are as people. It's just a big old collection of thoughts that we picked up along the way. So if you listen to a lot of information every single day and you're up like just watching videos after videos and not getting in the shits, man, you're never gonna actually have that experience in your life and actually learn. And one thing that I've realized too is like the more information you take in from other people, you start processing that as like your own information, and you start thinking it's your own, and you really think you actually came up with it. And then like, cause I found myself repeating shit from the people that like I was watching, and I was like, wait a second, like that sounded really good.
Hold up.
But yeah, like I was like, that sounded really good, but I really haven't experienced that yet in my own head. Like, I'm not gonna say that to the person I'm talking to, but I'm like I was like, wait a second, that was this person over here that like I learned that from here. And after I seen that pattern going on, I really was like, man, really, dude, I just need to get out here in the shits, bro, and just dive in head first and like really just quit watching so many videos. Like I do watch videos still. Like I still watch your videos, man. I still watch like everybody on the Worldwide Connections team. Shout out Scout Verity.
Oh man, I love Scout's videos for real, man.
Fucking love Scout's videos, man. Hey man, if you guys don't know,
he's so nicely aggressive in his videos. Do you know what I mean? Like he's so nicely aggressive.
His videos are like so like he has a way of like I tell him all the time. It's like the way that he like speaks, it's so like articulate, but it's like to the point, and it's like it doesn't let off. It's fucking amazing, you know. I like the way he speaks and he does his videos. And then shout out Jay Louis, Anthony St. Louis, man. Anthony St. Louis, man. He's on the team too, man. Freaking he's kind of like in my lane where he's creating value in people's life and teaching them how to like mindset things and stuff, you know.
You made a video the other week. I loved it. I think it was how to be a beginner. That was one of the best videos I've seen, man.
So on point, bro, because it's like he I hate to put Jay Louis on the chopping block right now, but like I mean he does look up to me, you know, because I mean like this is how I met Anthony St. Louis, all right? So, and this is how the Worldwide Connections team actually got started, dude. So I created my first video, created my second video, right? And then it was actually on one of your posts. You said you posted a status, and you're like, I want to hear new music. So it had all these artists from all over the place.
I remember this now.
Shit. Yeah, and Jay Louis was going in there and replying and listening to every person's fucking song. So he was actually listening to you, and I was listening to you. And then, like, he messaged me, and then he actually found my SoundCloud, and he messaged me on SoundCloud, and I was like, bro, like, I don't really do SoundCloud messages, like, add me on Facebook. So he added me and stuff, and then, like, he messaged me, like, a week later after I put out some more videos, and he was like, say, bro, like, I just want to let you know you've really inspired me, and I just want to let you know that I want to create this video that I have in mind, and I send it to you. I was like, yeah, dude, go ahead and record and send it to me. So he sent it to me. I told him what I liked about it, told him what I didn't like about it. I told him what he could probably improve on, and sure enough, 2-3 days later, he brought back another one, and like it was so on point, and like. And in that moment, I saw Scout doing his thing, you know, like me and Scout hadn't really had a conversation yet, but I saw him doing his thing. And so I hit him up and I was like, say, bro, I was like, because I remember Anthony was like, yeah, man, like, you can even put in a video that like, I started doing this because of you. And I was like, nah, bro, fuck that. I was like, we on the same level, bro. Like, don't put me up on a pedestal. I was like, nah, bro, fuck that. So I hit up Scout and I hit up a dude named Michael Tuck. You know, Michael Tuck. He's no longer with Worldwide Connections, but shout out Michael Tuck. I hit them. Yeah. I hit both of them up, and I was like, "Yo, I'm thinking about creating this team. What's up?" I was like, if you guys are down, I'm gonna have a conference call on Sunday. Like, let's see what happens. Let's dive in. So we had that phone call, and ever since then, it's been over. You know, but to bring that back to shout out to Jay Louis, man, he looks up to me, man. He really does, because you know we both are kind of doing the same thing. Yeah. And he always tells me all the time that he uses me as like a reference, you know, of like if he knows he's getting better or not and shit. And so as a team, we all push each other, man. But that's kind of like the story behind us and everything. But yeah, man, shout out Scout Verity, man. You can go to scoutveritybeats.com.
Peace, love, scoutveritybeats.com.
Scoutveritybeats.com, man. There we go, bro.
Legendary.
Bro, I be throwing that shit out there to people, and they look at me like I'm fucking crazy because they have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, I'll be on a random conference call, like on the Power Summit or some shit. I'll be on a conference call on the Power Summit with P the Politician and Gloria and like Judah Priest and all them and whatnot. Shout out to them, man. I'll be on there and I'll just be like, peace, love, scoutveritybeats.com, and then the whole line's silent. I'm like, yeah, y'all don't know about that. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what y'all don't know is I'm hitting your subconscious. Man, but yeah, dude, shout out to them, dude.
One day they're gonna come across one of Scout's videos and be like, fuck, where do I know that from?
Exactly, dude. Like, but Scout's freaking dope, dude. I think that Scout doesn't get enough credit. I really do, because this motherfucker works so goddamn hard, man.
He doesn't look for it, man. He's a very humble guy, man.
Yeah. I definitely don't think he's looking for the credit, you know. But I mean, I think that like I had a conversation with him the other day where it's like, all right, so you know me, like, and how much engagement I get and shit. But I told him, I was like, bro, to be honest, dude, I was like, your niche is with artists and shit. Like your product and your value, you're creating an artist's life. So I was like, you have to think, bro. Most artists aren't gonna go out here and be like, share this information with the world. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna hold on to this. And they're like, I'm gonna hold on to this because it changed my life, and I'm gonna get an upper edge on everybody like a fucking gremlin and shit, you know. And like, they don't believe in free information,
man,
you know. But
I have to
yeah,
curse them
dude.
out every now and again in a video. I gotta like be talking about something and talking about sharing or something. I'll say, and you motherfuckers, because people tell me, bro, they tell me like, oh, I would share, but you know, I don't want anyone else to know.
I seen that comment. I seen that
man.
comment. That dude on your. It was like not like 2 weeks ago. Some dude was like, he was like, bro, I'm never gonna tell nobody this, and you were like, that was the weakest shit I've ever heard, bro. You know, like
it's just that artist mentality, and you know, eventually we'll affect that change in people. But I guess I just want to say right now for anyone listening. Listen, stop holding out. Just, you don't have to fight. You don't have to argue. You don't have to have these imaginary online beasts with artists. Just because they win doesn't mean that you're not gonna win. You don't have to hold back from people. You win by giving. Give every single day, and you just get by default through reciprocity, through, you know, karma, through things that you've done that, you know, people turn around and give you money for and shit like that. You will win that way. It's just a scarce mindset. It's scarcity where people hold on to shit where like you fucking Schmeagle motherfuckers are just trying to just Schmeagle motherfucking Gollum, motherfucking precious motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, hey, and if you feel offended, man, I'm glad.
Don't get mad, get
motivated. Don't get mad,
hey,
get motivated.
Hold on. I'm looking up this picture real quick. All right, so everybody knows that like my music team's Fourth World, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm not really trying to throw. It's kind of like a double entendre in here. I'm trying to plug myself in, but also I'm trying to give you guys a lesson right here. All right, so the reason why it's called Fourth World because it's fourth dimensional living, and I found this picture that came across online one day, right? And it shows two breakdowns of third dimensional living and fourth dimensional living. And whether or not you believe in this shit or not, it's pretty fucking like it's kind of interesting. It says third dimensional living is pursuing human activities to support your human existence. And then it has little bullets underneath that for materialism, status, preoccupation, wealth, power, and or power with the self. And then it's driven by ego. In the ego, it resides with fear, pride, ignorance, jealousy, arrogance, and self-righteousness. Information is sold for recognition and profit. It is understood that we are individuals who are responsible for our own achievements. Now that's third dimensional living. And the reason why I call my team fourth world, fourth dimensional living is because the fourth dimension is service to others. It's commitment to promoting others, achieving a positive reality along with you. Information is shared freely. Lack of ego satisfaction. Personal journeys are recognized and valued. Love is seen in all things. Individuals seek to radiate unconditional love individually and collectively. It is understood that the individuals are responsible for each other and a collective strive for community growth. And so when that picture stood out so much to me, this was a long time after I already created the meaning behind Fourth World, but that picture stood out so much to me, and it always brings it back to that fucking picture for me every single time I see somebody trying to be a goddamn Smeagol, bro. Like, for real,
that's what
man.
they have from now on, official hashtag Smeagol, man.
Hashtag fucking Smeagol's, man. All you guys get a hashtag fuck Facebook right in your face, man, because like, I'm telling you, dude.
Yo,
like,
it's on site, Mark Zuckerberg. It's on site.
It's on site, dog. It's on site. You listening, Mr. Zuckerberg, and you're swimming in your $1 million pool and shit, bro.
It ain't safe.
It fucking ain't safe, bro. It ain't safe out here. We're all jokes aside. I know there's people out there probably listening. All jokes aside, that's a joke. But yeah, dude. I just had one more little point to add on to that, dude. It's like with all the Smeagol's, man. It's like fucking. Oh, damn it. I forgot where I was going to take this. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, take it, man. I'm going to figure it out as soon as I remember, and I'll butt it in.
I'm just going to go, you Smeagol, motherfuckers.
Smeagol,
you all... I can't even do it. No, but you know, dude, just give and, you know, give and not even to receive, you know what I mean? I promise you, anyone listening who is a Smeagol motherfucker who just wants to hoard everything and hold on to things and don't give anything away and get love but not give her and all that shit, like... just try it, bro. Just fucking try. Just giving and doing. Just
you
do
gonna
it
get
for
back
a
what you
month,
give.
man.
I remember what I was gonna say, man. All right, so if you're withholding information from other people because you think it's gonna give you a one up on somebody, well then does that really show you that how actually what your talent is? If the playing field is not even, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, all right, so it's like me and another rapper, right? If you give us both the same exact information, well then, and you can look at to see what we do with that information, and then you can sit there and compare the two if you really want to, and be like, all right, this dude over here really actually understands and he gets it, but this dude over here doesn't. But like, if you're being a Smeagol motherfucker, how can you say you're better than everybody? How can you say you're the best rapper and you're this and that? Whenever you have an unleveled playing field that you're playing on, so why not just fucking not be a Smeagol ass motherfucker and get out here in the shits and really see where your talent is, so you can self-evaluate and see where you are, see what you can improve on, and see like what's the next steps to take, like where should you go next. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man, because it's like the trillions upon trillions of dollars in this world, man. We can't both have $1 million?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? we can't both have $1 million now. If I get $1 million, that means you'll never get one. Is that how it?
Yeah.
It's just an expanding our mindset, man, and understanding. Like, let's help each other. Oh, right, I got 500,000, you got 500,000, but guess what? We've got $1 million.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't think people. I think it's a bit of a circle, and you can't completely blame the people, because it's like. It's just people who have withheld on them and people who've held back from them, and so on and so forth and so forth. It's like correcting a whole generation of because not to get too deep and all that shit, those baby boomers, man, they got the money and they held it. You know what I mean? And they let us almost fend for ourselves out here. You know what I mean? And the generation above us, they have to work real hard all the time now. We're in a generation where it's all, mind control and being manipulated and all that kind of stuff. And, it's the world in a way. It depends on how you see it, of course, but the point is that they see this world in that way. They are manipulated, they are controlled, they are, programmed to be Smeagol ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, bro. Well, I mean, it's like, I would say there's two kind of people in this world, bro. You're either limited or you're limitless. If you take that perspective of limited, you're definitely gonna be inside of that third dimensional living, bro. You're definitely gonna be in that mindset of like that cycle, because that cycle hasn't broken for you in your own consciousness of like, I have to obtain as much as I can before I die, and be this little greedy ass little Smeagol motherfucker. Like I can only imagine what the hell like these 1%er motherfuckers look like, bro. Like I think about that shit, like the 1% that is manipulating and shit, that I really don't pay no attention to, because I'm like, fuck them, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about them motherfuckers, but it's like I like look at those Rothschilds motherfuckers, bro. They all look like Smeagols and shit. Like they all just look like
they look like
over like
Smeagol.
Man, it's like, but like,
Mr.
you
Burns,
get
man.
what you put out there into the world. It don't matter what the fuck you believe in, doesn't matter what religion you follow. If you don't even believe in anything at all, you only believe in yourself and what you can see, you can definitely see a pattern of you get what you give. You whatever you put out there into the world, that's what you're gonna get back, man. So like, if you're being a Smeagol ass motherfucker, man, hashtag fuck Smeagols, bro. Like, you gonna get some Smeagol ass shit back, bro. Like,
hey man, this is one dangerous ass podcast for us, because we sent for Mark Zuckerberg's, we sent for fucking the Rothschilds.
Bro, they listening, dog. They're listening right now.
For real, it's on site.
It's on site now. Fuck them, bro. Fuck them, dog. Like, it's like I actually have a song on my mixtape where I put this it's called Gasoline, and it's just it's basically for anybody who doesn't know, I dropped a mixtape like last Sunday, or not this past Sunday, but
Which
yesterday.
Is fire, by the way.
Thank you, by the way. But there's a song in there called Gasoline, where I'm basically talking about like the crown, where every rapper's like, I want the crown and I want to be king and shit, right? And I basically said in that song, like, all right, I'm gonna work and I'm gonna tear down this industry and I'm gonna burn it down. Like, once I get the fucking crown, I'm just gonna burn it, and because I don't want the crown, dog. That's what that song's all about. But I took a sample from a Tupac interview. And Tupac basically goes in there and he's like he's basically saying like even if they fucking kill me, man, even if they kill me, he was like, he's like, at least I know that like what I was doing was right. Basically, is what he was trying to say, you know. And he's like they may kill me, but as long as I come out here and keep talking about how dirty it is out here, someone's gonna clean it up. And that's how it ends. And then I threw a fucking gunshot sample on there specifically for that, because like, once you get into this world and you really start actually trying to push this positive shit and trying to change people's lives, man, like things are gonna come your way. And it's not necessarily like some Illuminati shit. People aren't plotting against you from fucking. You really think these Rothschild motherfuckers are worrying about little Brandon Kyle? Hell no. They count up stacks and stacks and wondering how the fuck to manipulate the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really like that, but like what you put out there into the world, you also have to understand there's a balance to this reality. There's a positive and negative. So not only even if you're putting out so much positivity into the world, you can expect there's going to be trials, there's going to be tribulations that come back your way to test you and test your faith and test what you're all about, man, and see if you're even ready to level up, because life is only going to give you what you're ready for. That's one thing that like I had to understand is like, there's little things in my life that I live in a mobile home, right? And so I have a small yard, but I have a fucking really big dog. And so my dog takes really big shits in my fucking yard, right? And one time, like, all right, so this is some real shit, bro. So, like, my dog takes really big shits out in the yard, and if I let that shit pile up and keep piling up, by the time I won't have to go out there and clean it up, it's like a really fucking nasty chore to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I try not to let it get too goddamn crazy out there, because I really do have a very small yard and shit, you know. But one thing that I've learned from picking up shit, I remember this shit, bro. I remember I spent like an hour and a half cleaning up and spraying dog shit out my fucking yard. It was disgusting, right? But like the one thing that fucking like stood out to me was like, all right, so like this is gonna get really nasty, but like the shit, since it sat out there for like a month and it rained for like 2 weeks straight, like it started creating like an ecosystem within the shit. I would pick up shit and there was like ecosystem building underneath there. And like
this
the one
podcast
thing,
gone left, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's fucking weird, man. So but for real, bro, that shit taught me a lesson. All right, so this is the kind of shit you need to be looking at in your life, like the synchronicity of stuff. So I'm cleaning this shit up, right? My friend's looking at me while I'm cleaning it up. He's like, bro, hurry up. And I was like, bro, there's like shit growing on shit. And I was like, one thing, I looked at him, I was like, bro, eventually, if you let enough shit pile up, it's going to create life. That's one thing that I learned from fucking picking up shit in my yard. So if you let the little negativity things in your life keep piling up without trying to do something about it, eventually it's going to create life. Now, what is that life going to be? Because remember, what you put out there is what you get back. You see what I'm saying? So the moral of the story is, from my nasty shit fucking story, it's like, handle your business whenever you can. Like, get out there and do shit and handle your business the way you need to do it, because even the little small things, they add up. Like, okay, I don't want to do the dishes right now. That shit adds up, bro. I don't want to take out the trash. Well, that shit adds up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, do what you need to do to be disciplined enough, because the one thing that I learned from picking up shit in my yard, and it always comes back to, life is not going to give you what you're ready for until you deserve it. It's like even the little smallest disciplined things like that. Like, I have to be disciplined enough to go out there, and even though nasty it is, pick up my dog shit, because I know that if I don't go out there and do that and be disciplined enough in my life, I'm not going to be disciplined enough for the next challenge in my life. I have to work with what I got and the challenges that are in my life right now, and life is not going to let me level up. Life is not going to take me to the next stage of my life until I've proven that I'm ready for it. And you know, and that's what I've learned from picking up shit in my fucking grass, bro.
Lessons everywhere, bro. Gems everywhere.
Everywhere, dude.
It's absolutely true, though, man. It's absolutely true. It's important to say as well that it's never too late to start picking up the shit. I mean, even if it has started to pile up, it's never too late to start picking up the shit.
Exactly, dude. Like, but just remember, like, if you wait too long, shit's gonna create life, dog.
You
like,
might have
that
to
shit
fight
was
this
nasty.
Shit. That shit might fuck you up.
Yeah, that shit might fuck you up,
Some shit
bro.
monster.
Yeah, bro, that shit was nasty, dog. But, like, for real, like, all jokes aside, dude, like, I learned that from picking up shit.
Oh man, how did this happen?
It happens because Brandon Kyle's on the fucking line.
Makes absolute sense, man. Yeah, but hey, but dope message, man. Dope story. Dope moral to the story.
Right?
Yeah, for real, man. Oh man. So, yo, what we got to expect from you, man? Because I know there's always something new from you. But what's the big what's the big Brandon Kyle project we need to be looking forward to come next?
It was gonna be my EP because I got a really dope EP right now, and I'm saying EP because I don't want to make it an album because I really want to save on to some music. But recently, I've been really looking into the music business side of things. I'm talking like contracts. I'm talking about like making sure everything is good on paper before I present any more music to the world. Because I really do believe that like the next time like I release a project and shit, like it's gonna be on like some major move shit. So I want to be able to like I mean, you heard my song Destiny, bro. Like that
Yes,
shit's
sir.
fucking fire. Like
Yeah.
I can't just give that out there to the public, you know. I have to make sure that me and drummer are contracted and we have all the numbers worked out. So whenever that shit takes off and I have it on Pandora and I have it on Spotify and I have it on all these streaming sort of services and I'm going across the nation, I'm touring and I'm doing this shit with this music, like we're gonna legitimately get paid off of it, and it's not just another wasted venue of me like going out there and saying, oh hey, I made a dope song, listen to it. Like there's actually a purpose behind it, you know.
Yeah.
And so really what I want to do, man, is like I really want to work with this mixtape numbers, bro. Like I held on to it for about like a year and a half, something like that, a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years, but not quite, because I really wanted to create an audience that would resonate with it, because it's definitely a different turn. Like whenever you can go to my website for anybody listening out there. I am BrandonKyle.com. There's a post on there. When you go to my landing page, it lands you there. And if you scroll down on my recent poster there, you'll be able to see a post that says download my latest mixtape. Click that. It'll give you a little synopsis of what it's about, give you directions how to download it, and you download it, right? But I really want to create visuals for almost every fucking song on there. Not like every song, but like for the majority of the songs on there. Like I really want to ride on this mixtape for as long as possible before I give out new music, because I want to make sure the business end of my end is fucking straight before I put it out there again. But also in the meantime, I'm also going to be putting out videos. I'm working on an ebook for #LoveYours for anybody who likes ebooks. I mean, not ebook, an audio book for #LoveYours for anybody who likes audio books. You don't have to read it. You can actually listen to it. Not only that, but I plan on doing some shows next year as well. Like I'm really starting to look into actually working and networking with these promoters, and I really want to land some slots at South by Southwest. I really want to start doing things like that get me paid. You know, I really want to start directing and producing, like I said, my own music videos. You know, like I really want to just keep developing my skills and just see how far this shit goes, bro. Because I mean, like, what can you expect from Brandon Kyle? You can expect there's gonna be some dope ass shit coming in 2017. You can expect that much, you know, between t-shirts, merchandise, wristbands, stickers, all this shit, you know. But which requires money, and so I try not to go out there and put it out there like I'm getting all this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So like I try to keep it like the presence in people's minds, at least in the back of it, until like the product is ready. And then once the product is actually here and it's in my hands and it's tangible, then I'll go out there and promote the product as if I have it, because it's right here right now and I have it. But I'm going to be dropping little seeds and planting the seeds for in the meantime. But just know that like there's all kinds of shit coming, man. There's fucking products galore, you know. I'm thinking about I'm actually starting to create a course on how to market and brand yourself online, Brandon Kyle style, I guess. You know, it seems like everybody has one of those. So Branding Kyle, yeah, bro, Branding Kyle. There you go, right there, man. I can't believe you gave me that fucking name. That's just dope, bro. And for anybody who misunderstood that is because my name's Branding Kyle. You know, it's Branding Kyle with the ing. Yeah, Branding Kyle. That's gonna be the segment. So
yeah, man. I don't know. I was just sort of. It just came to me one day, and I was like, "Yo, I better hit him up so we can use this, because this shit's fly." It just makes so much sense, man. Branding Kyle, a whole series, and everything
really
based
does,
on this shit.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna be creating a bunch of different content, man. Like I'm upgrading my equipment. Like I'm just trying to invest in myself, you know, and really just take it as it goes. And it's really hard for me to exactly say which content it's going to be. I mean, I can be pretty sure like on the music side, like that's what I told you guys, is pretty sure on that end. But like as far as like the actual content marketing goes, because I draw a lot of inspiration from my life and what I'm going through right now in this moment. So it's like okay, on these videos, so I don't know if you've noticed or not. So I have like two different streams of videos on Facebook. I have like my DSLR videos and I have my regular cell phone videos. My regular cell phone videos, because I've actually built myself to a point to where people actually listen to my shit without tagging them in it. So like whenever I just got some shit to get off my chest, I'll just pull out my camera phone on my cell phone, record that shit. It's not like the highest of quality like you'll probably see out there versus my DSLR, but I mean I get the message out there and it's good enough to put it out there. So I'll just use like what's on my mind, and it's not like I'm sitting there going like, oh, I want to do this for a video. 9 out of 10 times, dude, when it's a camera phone video, like I don't know what the hell I'm about to say. I just turned that bitch on, bro. I just turned it on, and I'm like, here we go. Like, what's up, guys? My name's Brandon Kyle, and it just flows, and whatever's coming out, it's coming out, you know. So I use a lot of that shit in the moment for that stuff. But as far as like my DSLR videos go, like for my YouTube content and stuff like that, that stuff is a little bit more pre-planned. But even then, it's really not. The idea is there. Yeah. It's really just the idea that's pre-planned, and then I just jump into it. Yeah, dude. Like I
have an idea, man. Like if I see I go through my news feed and I see someone moaning or complaining about something, I'm gonna give them the answer right now, and then just go set up the camera, boom, go.
Yeah, dude. Freaking yeah, dude, that's kind of like you know, so it's like I just draw from things in the moment in my own life experiences of what I'm going through right now, and I draw a lot of inspiration from the people that I speak to as well, like as I'm sure you do too, man. People that I speak to in my inbox and shit and the stuff that they're going through, like a lot of these people, like we'll be having conversations, and then like I mean I don't tell them, but I'm like having this conversation, and as I'm talking to them, I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea, and I'm like I write it down real quick. I'm like, because I have a whole list of ideas for vlogs. But it's like I only go to there whenever I'm feeling like I don't have an idea or whatever, and I'll just look. I'm like scanning through it. I'm like do like that one. All right, I go hop in front of the camera and just let it flow out.
Absolutely, man. I think you know, a lot of people hit me up and say I've got no idea on what to do, what videos to make, and blog posts, and I'll be like, just open your eyes, man. Open your ears, open your mind, and just pay attention to life, because it's like people are giving you everything you need to know. What are people looking for in life? That's what they'll buy from you. If you see people always looking for everyone having the same problem, there's, you know, the demand's there. There's at least 20 people on your news feed right now probably complaining about the same thing. What's the solution to that? Put a price tag on it. You know what I mean?
And the biggest solution to all that shit too, if you're wondering like where do you start, it always comes back down to find out who you are. Just be you, like the most authentic you that you can be, because you know what, you're gonna have people who don't like it. And you're going to have people who are going to like, I really don't fuck with this dude no more. Unfriend. You know? And there's going to be a lot of people in your life that dissipate. There's going to be friends. There's going to probably even be family members as you start taking this journey that like just don't fuck with you no more because you're so busy, you know? And so it's not necessarily you don't fuck with nobody else, but you also have to understand that if you're just being you, and that's some made up version that you've made up for social media, or like the front that you're putting on to people because this is the way you think they're gonna like, if you're just being you, the 100% authentic you, it's crazy what happens is, like I said, these people in your life, they go away. Right? And like people on social media, they go away. And it's not a sad thing. If you look at it sad, it can be. It's not a bad thing. But if you take a step back and you realize that, okay, now, you know, there was a certain amount of space for people in your life, and now most of these people are left. Well, now there's all this brand new space. You've created so much new room in your life, and you can attract more people into your movement that resonate with you for who you are. That's the crazy thing about humans, bro. We all like to be around other people that we enjoy the same fucking conversations and the same shit, you know what I'm saying? So we naturally attract to people who are like us. So if you're just being the natural you, the authentic you, and just get out there in the shit and jump into it and learn as you go, like you're gonna lose. Like I said, you're gonna lose, but you're gonna create a whole bunch of new room for people who want to fuck with you for being you. And that's when the real magic starts happening, because then you're not scared. Then you have no fear. Then you're going out here into the shits and saying, fuck you, Smeagol's. We gonna rock with this shit all the way, bro. And we gonna just be ourselves and be you, bro. That's all you gotta do, man. It's just be who you are to the core of you. And if you don't know who that is, fucking find out. Go fucking trip some LSD and sit underneath a goddamn tree and look at the sky and wonder if it's green. I don't know, man. Just do what you gotta do, dog. Find out who you are.
Hey, man, love that shit. Hey, man, it's been a pleasure to have you on, man. We've been some places in this conversation today, man.
Most definitely, dude. Most definitely,
Oh,
man. I think
man.
I was very enjoyable. I loved it.
I think we're on the list too, man. I think they're already putting the orders out. The money's on our heads. They put out the contracts.
There's people out here, bro. There's people out here, bro. They want my head, bro. And it's cool though. It's cool though. Like it's crazy too, because like I know we're about to end the conversation, but like I remember I did a video, and this one chick, she's really cool, but she's like super spiritual and really into conspiracy. Yeah. How I used to be, you know, because one thing that I learned from Scout is that like conspiracy is nothing but a distraction. You know, you spend all this time wondering what is, but you don't know. So it's really just a distraction, right? But like she literally commented on my video and was like, "Yo, it's really dope that you're out here doing this, but like you need to watch out and watch what you say because like people disappear, man." And And I straight up told her, I was like, "I don't give a fuck." I said it in a much nicer way than that, man. But I was like, whatever happens, bro. Whoever comes after me comes after me at the end of the day. But I mean, I can't believe in that shit, dog. You know, I think that there's a whole lot of myths and conspiracy because we don't have the whole picture out here. You know, but all I do know is that I can't do anything but be me, dude. That's it, dude. So I'm gonna get out here, bro, and just be me. You gonna get out here and be you, and Mark Zuckerberg gonna catch it when I see him.
On site. I say this about conspiracy theorists, man. Their whole thing is telling everybody else they're distracted while they're busy watching some conspiracy videos and dedicating all their time to telling other people they're distracted. Does anybody else see the irony in that?
Exactly, dude. And I can vouch for these dudes because I've been there, dude. You know, like down the rabbit hole. I mean, deep, bro. I mean, deep down the rabbit hole. I mean, and it gets to a point where like you're scared and shit. You're like, man, like, is this stuff really going down? Like, how do we change this? You know, but it just comes to a point where it's like, all right, one thing that helped me, and shout out to Sadhguru. He's an Indian mystic from freaking India. Dude, I fucking love Sadhguru, man. Like. Yeah, dude. The biggest thing he taught me, bro, I don't watch him no more because, like I said, I don't really watch too many people, bro, no more because I just want to get out here and learn it myself. But, like, the biggest thing that helped me from him was I don't know. Like, did Jesus walk the earth? I don't know. But he's a good archetype to look up to. You know what I'm saying? Did Muhammad walk the earth? I don't know. But he's a good archetype to look up to. You see what I'm saying? Like, do the Rothschilds actually have control? Are they fucking aliens? Or, like, is there some type of alien life form out there? Like, reptilians and shit, dragon bloodlines. Like, is this shit real?
Where you see like their face just shift because of like, you know, it's electric equipment. You know what I mean? Sometimes
like some fucking clone that's glitching out. Like Gucci Man's a clone. You know, like is this shit real? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know anything for 100% fact until it comes into my experience. That's what I do know. You know, so at the end of the day, we can think and we can have fun and romanticize and fantasize about all these different things of what can be, but at the end of the day, we do not know. You see what I'm saying? So if you just worry about what you do know and just keep moving forward and use different aspects, that's the biggest thing about I don't know, which is so cool for me, is that like I don't credit anything, but I don't discredit anything. So it allows me to use multiple perspectives, multiple thought processes here on Earth to get the job done and make me feel good in the moment. Like I picked up so much along the way, and when I'm in that moment and something really sticks out to me and it resonates with me and that thought process really resonates me in that moment, okay, in that moment it worked for me, but 5 minutes down the road it may not be the same exact way. So it's like instead of going crazy and telling myself like, well shit, this is the right way, oh man, oh no, this is what's really going on, you know, I'm so goddamn confused. Well, I don't know, bro. I just don't know at the end of the day, dog. So I'm just gonna keep doing me and do what the fuck I do best. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like that, man. Like if someone's telling me something that they can't give me facts for, I'll just let them talk. You know what I mean? Let them get their piece off, you know, and just say, oh, maybe. You know what I mean?
It's like I got a fucking friend. He's a really cool dude, but this dude be trying to throw the most at me, bro. And I just look at him and I'm just like, that's cool, bro. And I'm like, I'm just like, yeah, bro, but do you know? And he's like, but this, I'm like, bro. I was like, bro, look at him like, but do you really know? Like, were you there?
Were you there, bro?
You don't know because you
weren't
weren't
there,
there,
in
man.
Egyptian times whenever this shit was going down, dog. Like, you know, so I'm just like, nah,
they're
no,
like the Anunkai flew down on their ships.
Fucking, they came around a Ra, flew across the sky in a fucking chariot and took the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
were you there, bro?
Yeah, were you there? Were you there when Enki was creating human beings, bro? I don't know, dog. I wasn't.
No, bro. I read this book, bro.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, man, fucking, I appreciate the conversation, dude. Like,
Yeah,
even
no
though
doubt,
it kind
man.
of turned left wing a little bit, but that's
Hey,
who
it's
I
fun,
am. I
man.
told you, dog. It ain't gonna be normal when you get on the line with Brandon Kyle, dog. We gonna talk about shit, literally.
Absolutely, man. It's a pleasure, man. That's why I don't want this podcast to be like you know, straight serious marketing, blah blah blah. It's all about fun because that's what marketing is, man. You know, have fun, let people know who you are the best way possible by talking about the Anunnaki and talking about cleaning shit and stuff, man. You know
Right?
what I mean? Like, if that's where it goes, that's where it goes. You know what I mean? Chaos, like we said,
Bro.
chaos.
You gotta figure it out in the middle of it
Figure it
all,
out.
dog.
We'll figure it out.
I know that we're probably about to end, so I just want to like sign off real quick, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
You can find me anywhere on all my social medias at I am B Kyle. My regular Facebook is facebook.com/bkyle254, and my YouTube is Brandon Kyle 254. And I only say all that because I mean I feel like I have to, but at the same time, to take it one step further than this is like if you just go to my website, the easiest way to find Brandon Kyle is if you go to IamBrandonKyle.com. That's IamBrandonKyle.com. If you want to get to any of my social medias, you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and there's like those little buttons. You know what I'm saying? You see like the little Facebook button. You want to go to my Facebook? Click that button. You want to go to my Instagram? Click that button. You know, it's easy. It's just go to IamBrandonKyle.com. Once you click enter site, it's going to tell you what I'm all about, my mission statement, and you can check out my music. And when you click YouTube, it'll take you to my YouTube link. Pretty much. So IamBrandonKyle.com. Shout out Worldwide Connections, Matthew Cinemo, Anthony St. Louis, aka Jay Louie, and Scout Verity, man. Shout out my whole Fourth World team, Marcel Clements and Drummer Beats, man. Oh, and I don't know if I can say it yet, but like a little preview. Tay Santana Brown. Have you heard Tay Santana? You seen him in the community?
Yeah, I fuck with Tay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we just signed. We didn't sign, but we're gonna be signing Tay to Fourth World. So that's another little dude. So anybody out there who made it this far, I appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to everybody who's fucking with us, man. Shout out to everybody in the movement. Shout out to P the Politician for allowing us a space to create this podcast, man. And CCGTalk40.com. Shout out, man, to everybody not being a Smeagol motherfucker, man, and not letting shit pile up, dude. And who's really like fucking with us, man. Like you guys are the reasons. I wouldn't say the main reason of why we do this shit, because I mean, of course, there's other reasons involved here. Let's all be real. We all want to get paid at the end of the day. We all want to take care of our families and shit. We all want to, like I said, we all got a voice and we want to be heard. But I mean, for all the people who push us and inspire us, and people like me, Esskimo, you know, people like us, man, all you guys out there who push us, man, thank you from the 100% bottom of our hearts, man. I'm sure he feels the same exact way.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. 100% appreciation. If you made it all the way through this hour and a half podcast, well, I fucks with you. Sorry, that was probably really loud, but I fuck with you, and I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my goddamn heart. You know, like, you guys are amazing, beautiful people, and let's just keep working. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep building each other up, man. Let's get to know each other a little bit more, and let's just create this community, which is crazy because, like, this community wasn't here before. I really do feel like this community wasn't here until like people like me, P the Politician, and other people like came onto the scene. Like, I feel like the community was Esskimo. That's what I really do feel like. I feel like you created this movement and inspired a certain amount of people who like had their own shit going on now because of you, and they all kind of came together and we all created a fucking community, man. And it's fucking
family
I
shit,
love
man.
it, dude. Yeah, dude, I fucking love it, man. Like, I shout out CG Kid, dog. I heard on your last podcast he wants to do a song with me, which he does, which is funny. Fucking Scout made a beat, and he was like, "Yo, I want you and CG on this hoe." And I was like, "All right, that's cool, bro." So he sent it to me. I hit up CG Kid. I was like, "So what's up? We gonna do this?" And he was like, "Bro, I'll be honest." He's like, "I don't want to get on a song with you yet." I was like, "Good choice, good choice."
You see
dog.
what
You
you've
don't
done
feel
to
ready,
people
bro?
on them features, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's like Scout made a beat the other day, and I sent it to Anthony, and I said, "Don't you dare pull a CG on me, motherfucker." I said, "Don't you dare." I said, "You better kill this hoe."
You know when he records that, he's gonna feel like Eminem in 8 Mile, just warming up. You know what I mean? Palms are sweaty, knees deep, arms are heavy.
Yeah, bro. Knees deep, mom spaghetti. Yeah, bro. But it's true. It's true though. You know, I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, like, it's me. It's like when you get on the track with Brandon Kyle, you better come straight. You better come straight. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, man, it's only the truth. But yeah, I'll put anyone listening in, man. I'll put the IamBrandonKyle.com in the description if you're watching back on YouTube. And shout out to Brandon for coming through, man. We talked a whole bunch of stuff, man. There's a lot of, just make sure you listen once, twice, 3 times if you got to, man. There's a whole bunch of nuggets you might not catch the first time. Pleasure as always, Brandon, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Shout out everyone listening in still. You are the real MVP. Peace and love.
Yes,
GetRichRapping.com, CCGTop40.com. We love you. Peace.
Peace.